Hey YouTube, it's Paul. We just started a garden. Today I'm going to be bringing you along with me while I clean up a garden bed. I started this sometime in the winter, maybe late fall, and I never covered it. I never did anything, and I'd like to use it and plant in it this spring. So we're gonna get into this. All right, here is the garden bed in question. I started this last winter, late fall. I've already done all this before, but because of runoff and losing topsoil, you can see that this trench has filled up and I have to do it all again. So this time I'm going to make sure as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to cover it with mulch. That should lock everything into place and help me with spring planting. Now this is actually a pretty cool tool. I use it all throughout the yard and it helps me edge my garden. I do this a couple times a year and it's not normally this bad. It's like this because all my dirt, the soil is washing down and flooding this. And I gotta do it again. But this is gonna be the last time because I'm gonna do it right. So I'm gonna go through, finish edging this. Please ignore my feet. All right, so that took me, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. But now I have a nice crisp edge that will hold the mulch from sliding down the hill into my grass. Now that the edging's done, I'm gonna use my absolute favorite tool, the Action Hoe, with a really badass name. But what I'm gonna do is give everything a good and quick scraping. This tool is very sweet for cleaning up garden beds. All through here. It just chews it up. Cuts it right at the root, and I prefer to leave the roots in the ground. That way they decompose and hopefully hold the soil together. Such an awesome tool. Love it. Next, I'm gonna use everybody's favorite, not really, a leaf rake. And I'm just going to pile up as much of this as I can. Hopefully it's soft enough that I can just throw it in the compost. A lot of sticks, small sticks. I mean, I don't know, I might just use them in with the mulch. But I'm gonna go ahead, rake the whole area. So a lot of people will have yard waste, leaves, grass clippings, small sticks, all sorts of stuff. I don't think it's waste. I will use this in my compost, or I'll throw it in the chicken coop. They'll scratch it up and poop on it, and then I'll put it in my compost. Or I'll mulch plants with it. But this is not going to my curb in a brown paper bag. It's staying on my property. Okay, so I got the area pretty cleaned up. What I'm gonna do now is the stuff that is sitting around, I'm gonna rake it flat. Not gonna mix it into the soil. I'm just gonna spread it. I already have some wood chips over here. And I gotta be careful because I have my Jerusalem artichoke starting to pop up. And I got some canna lilies. And hopefully some perennial poppies over there. So in this area, I need to kind of be careful. I can't just willy-nilly use my Action Hoe. But I am gonna level it all off now. And okay, so the garden bed is edged. I killed the weeds with the action hoe, left the roots in the ground. I took all of the brush, all the leaves, all the twigs, and I raked them over near my shed where I have my Jerusalem artichokes and some other things. I just have to be more careful over here, so I moved the lighter stuff. I just kind of piled it up. As things grow, I'll put it in between them, you know, make it a little prettier. But this is what we got going on right now. It's looking pretty good. I'm okay with it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take cardboard, plain old cardboard. I'm gonna wet it. I'm gonna wet the ground. I'm gonna lay a layer of cardboard, and then on top of that, we'll go the mulch. I'm gonna get that done. So when doing this, there's definitely some steps you can skip. I removed some little weeds and little seedlings and things, just scratched them off with the action hoe. But you absolutely can just throw cardboard on top of that. It'll decompose, especially when you get 2 or 3 inches of mulch on top of it. But I chose to do it because I just want to do it right. I don't want it to come up. I don't want it to come up. One thing you do not want to skip is wetting your cardboard. If you don't wet your cardboard, it won't form to the ground. It won't, you know, get in the little divots, little creases. And also it won't decompose. Dry cardboard will not decompose. It will sit up there. I have some up here that I did not properly soak, and it's still up there. I could pull it back and pull it out. So you do want to keep it damp. This area gets a lot of sun. I'll probably water, yes, the cardboard and the mulch for a couple days just to get it settled. And also, you know, the worms are gonna love it. They're gonna come up and they're gonna eat this cardboard, and it's gonna be great. Okay, so I soaked it down, and while I have it exposed, I'm going to show you why I have a garden bed here. So this is my retaining wall, and this is my slope. It's, you know, I got a bunch of stuff up there, but I lose a lot of topsoil in areas that I do some work and I don't mulch right away. It becomes a problem. But if you see the discoloration in the brick, the soil in this area was up to that light, covered all that light stuff on the brick. That was all hill loss, topsoil loss that was running off the hill from not having mulch. That's why this area is all muddy, not covered, is because I came through here and I dug it out and lowered it because the slope on my grassy side down the slope was getting too steep. So I flattened it out, and here we are now. And I'm gonna clean it up, and it's gonna look great. Gotta get it wet though. And I got a little bit more I can go grab. So now the fun part, spreading mulch. Not my favorite thing to do. Make a workout of it, just get it done. I prefer to use arborist wood chips. I've got them delivered from Chip Drop, and it's crazy. Like, you get a crap ton, like a scary amount. You could go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get something, whatever, but it is very important that you cover your soil. Cover your soil. So important for soil life, runoff. Keep your topsoil. Don't let your soil run down into the gutters in the side of the road. Like, you want that stuff in your yard. This is the first step of building a healthy spot to put plants. All right, now I gotta spread this stuff, man. It's covered in ants.
into the ground. It'll be okay. Once I get some mulch on it. I'm an ex-pool guy, so normally in flip-flops. Or some kind of loose-fitting shoe. I need some more in this area. Wow.
All right, so it's not the prettiest, but it serves a purpose. I will no longer have soil washing down my hill. I will be building up soil life underneath the cardboard. It'll be easier to retain moisture, and what was once red clay is going to turn into fertile soil. Yeah, there's a lot of leaves in there. Some people aren't going to like that, but I love it. I don't want anything like this though. I'll go ahead and pull that out. Go ahead and pull that out. That'll go to the compost. Did not take long. Looks 1,000 times better. So this is just a simple bed renewal, you know, cleaning up an edge, adding some mulch, getting rid of some weeds, preparing it for spring to have healthy soil, good biological life. And yeah, I can get gardening. I can put something in it. It's gonna be great.